Hello friends! I don't know what was going through my mind when I chose this piece of paper. Maybe it was because on the back side was something that I liked. I really don't know. I definitely covered it up on this side with lots of different papers. This side, I'm thinking of using this. I'll tell you what I'm really thinking of doing. Thinking of this photo. Yes, this is all like, okay, so I'm doing the last few pages of this little golden book. I have 2 other pages besides these that I need to get done. I didn't like the colors of the other ones either, but I thought this would look good on here. And color-wise, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm either gonna just cut this down into a square. Strong possibility of that. But what I want to do, I want to end up putting this world globe here with this in a small square. Maybe I should start by cutting that down. So I did look at a number of Pinterest. See, part of me wonders, is this gonna come off? No. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't just kind of go, or if I should just, okay, I'm gonna start like this. The thing is, I don't want it super dark. Okay, so I've looked at a number of Pinterest projects where they've used one of Tim Holtz's globes. And I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna try this. I guess I can always spritz it with water if I want it to be a little different than this. I also have more paper if I'm not happy. Okay, so antique linen and oxide didn't even show up. I put my head right next to it. I looked. It's definitely got something there, but I can't see it. So let's try it in Distress ink. So this is also antique linen, but it's not oxide, it's ink. Let's press hard. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yes, you can see something, but that's not what I want. Now I have to decide if I want to do frayed burlap or tea dye. I'm going to do frayed burlap. It's starting to be one of my absolute favorites. Favorites. This is oxide. And this stamp set is called Warehouse District. It's one of Tim Holtz's older ones. I found it on, wait for it, Amazon. Yes, I found it on Amazon. And let's see. All right, let's see how that goes. Okay, that one I can see. Okay, let's get an idea here as to where this globe will go and where the photo will go. Definitely need more. I'm thinking bringing it right over here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so frayed burlap was the right thing. Now, if you look, this is what would be called a second impression. So this would be a first impression, and this would be a second impression. If you can even see that, right? It's really, really faded. Let me bring this up to the camera. So first impression, second impression. But I don't want it to be that light. I might do either side of those really light like that, but I want this one here to show up. I guess I'm going to pull this up higher. All right, so since I like the frayed burlap so much on this, this is generally what I do next. I might actually, you know, I might distress this. See how this looks. I like it. I think I'm going to go over the edge here with the scorched timber. I first want to get an idea. I think I'm going to have the globe coming off, and I could really have it come off and then just cut that off, but I want it down here. I think I want this centered. Let me see what else I can do, because I don't like the empty space. So I'm going to bring the stamp platform back out. And now I am going to spritz this. Just, the paper is not really super high quality paper, but I think even so, it will react, the water will react with the oxide ink. I'm gonna hopefully make it look a little more interesting. Let's see. Maybe. Anyway. Okay, I decided I'm going to weed this after all. This one circle is just not holding its spot anymore. Okay, so the globe does not fit on here. See it, just ever so slightly too big. So I'm gonna cut these pieces out on my big kick. All right, just to let you know, so if you want a circle underneath here, which I do because I want this to be blue, then you need to use this twice, because this does not have a cutting edge on the edge. So if you wanted just to have an imprint of this on, say you're doing it on a card and you don't want to cut this out, you just want the imprint of it, then you wouldn't use this. Otherwise, if you want this, make sure, if you want this, then you need to use these two pieces together. And then if you want this and this, then you need to use this circle again. And then these pieces are meant, like, if you choose to make this one color and you want to do this a different color, which I cut them out anyway because I wasn't quite sure exactly what I want to do. But anyway, that's how that goes. And I'm going to stick this in its envelope. Oh, it's also got these. Okay. Sticking it in its envelope. Just, you know, for security purposes. Okay, so I want to do a few things. I need to get a cord out of my way, sorry. Okay. I want this to be a very light blue, and the reason I do is because this is a very light blue. So I want this to be a light blue. I am playing around a little bit. I don't exactly know how this is going to turn out, what color it's going to end up being, whether it's going to be a color that I'm happy with or whether it's going to be a color that I'm not happy with. I am using speckled egg oxide. I have never really mastered the art of not having circles. When I really don't want circles on there, I use a brush. But I wasn't really thinking about that when I got started. So I'm going to, the paper I am using is that Park Lane, which is the Joanne brand, and this is the 65 pound. So it's not it's not expensive at all, especially since I got it on sale for like $2. But it does move well with water. It's not a bad paper at all. So this did a little bit of movement, but I decided I want to do a little bit of spraying. So I'm gonna get my splatter box out. I like to put a paper towel in the bottom. Oh, I'm just gonna point out, you've probably heard like this buzzing. My husband is sanding the doors to our closets for the bedroom that is still, you know, under construction. But hopefully soon we'll be moving into it. So that would be really nice. Okay, I wanted to spray it one more time. So this is oxide, and it is also speckled egg. Kind of want to see what the difference is from the spray on here, see what it does. Okay, part of me is wondering if that's enough. Just a couple little wet spots here. Part of me is thinking I might as well see what tumbled glass looks like. Again, not a very expensive piece of paper. I'm not using a lot of my ink. If I really, really hate it, I can throw it away and start over. Oh, I actually really like that. Oh, yeah. That was like, wow. So I'm glad I did that. Okay, I'm
going to dry it again. If you turn it over and heat up the back, it helps to flatten it out. There are so many different things I could have done to this circle to come up with a, different experiences with it. But that is perfect. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how to get this color with what I have. Let's see, is this close to that color? It really is. Frayed burlap for the win. This is the ink, not the oxide. I'm going to start with the ink, and then I'm going to add the oxide. I may add some other oxides to it. Okay, so I started out with frayed burlap, then I went on to frayed burlap oxide spray, and then I moved on to, I think I did walnut stain oxide, and then I did vintage photo oxide, and I finished up with vintage photo, just regular spray stain. And that's how I got this. I'm very happy. That's how this is. So, yeah, looks great. Okay, before I glue things down any more than I already have, I did glue this down, and I felt that there wasn't enough color. So this is one of Tim Holtz, and it's number THS059. And it kind of mimics Spaceship Earth in Epcot, so that's kind of why I chose it. I just wanted to add some additional color. It just looked way too washed out, so I like that. And I did put a backing on this, and I printed this up first on here, and then I taped the paper I wanted it on down, and I printed it again. And so now I'm gonna get these ready to use. Sidekick here to just show you what all it looks like, but I generally keep it off to the side. It will stick to this, but this doesn't stick, it slides. I'm just kind of playing around and seeing what might look good here now at this point. I feel like it needs more than what it has. And
This is from that new Vault Wicked. The stars are from that. And let's see whether... I was thinking about introducing... See, I could introduce yellow, and I think I might, but I think I also might leave those, so I'm gonna check that out. Okay, I'm calling this done. I did use scorched timber oxide along the edge, and I even kind of darkened up this paper here. I wanted this like that. I added a little bit of journaling. I added these stars, and I'm thinking if I add anything more, it would be too busy, because the focus really is on this globe and then my tiny little story about it. And because it's part of a pyro show where firework-ish stuff goes off, right? They just don't go really super high in the sky. Anyway, I added the stars just to add a little more color, because I really felt that it needed a little boost of color. And I used fossilized amber. I had this color yellow, literally this piece sitting in my stash, and I cut that out, as well as this one, and then I just added some fossilized amber around the edges, and I am done. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a happy comment if you want to, and I hope to see y'all soon. Okay, bye.